Footy is back and our friends at manscaped.com have got a masterclass to get you ready for the new season. Manscaped have just released a Performance Package 4.0, which is a revolutionary product for men's grooming. 4.0. It comes with Ball Reviver. Let's get all of that revived. Ball Toner. You've got to get that tone on your balls. Most of all, the Lawnmower 4.0. This thing is incredible. It comes with a light. You can hear that buzz. Listen to that buzz. Can you hear it? Just goes, slides through that ball hair, or your arse hair, or your body hair. You can see right there. Just look at that. Just look at that cut. Oh, brilliant. It's also got skin safe technology, so you won't have to go to the hospital or somewhere because you've cut your balls. This thing is extraordinary. Also comes with Manscaped boxes. Find the 2 million men worldwide to use Manscaped and use the code Ryan LFC. I repeat, the code Ryan LFC to get 20% off and free shipping worldwide. Again, thanks to Manscaped for sponsoring this video, and your balls will definitely
down all important training sessions. And yes, the results haven't been great. Lost against the United States, drew against Canada when many said that we would be getting a hammering. Obviously, we came out of that team, came out of that game sharing the points. Many can argue that we should have won that. Personally, I do think we should have won that because the game was there for the taking. And then we ended it all up with our three crucial points against Honduras. And that match, when you look at it results-wise, the results doesn't speak for itself, because I would argue that it should have been at least 5-0 to us on the final score sheet. But maybe that's just me bigging up the boys in black, green, and gold. But I think in hindsight, like I said, results-wise, it's not great. It's nothing to jump for joy about. But if we're being honest with ourselves and we look back at our preparation leading into those games, I think you can argue that one probably set us up for failure as opposed to setting us up for success. So that's my thoughts on it so far.
Yeah, and that's so solid. What you have just said just comprehensively covered the whole thing. And and so that is, so we are at this Costa Rica game, and when based on what you have said, I mean, what we saw in the Costa Rica game, and remember, this is coming on the back of being defeated 3-0 by Panama. You go to Costa Rica, but you had time to prepare the team. You got there early, you had your training session, the head coach was with the team, and you saw a result. All right. Now, one of the challenges that we faced is every time Jamaica has gotten a point thus far, the fan base has still been very critical. For example, you hear that the first point we got was against Costa Rica. Oh, they're the oldest team. That's the only reason why we got the point. Don't you see how Costa Rica are old and they gave us so much space to play? Right? That's why we got point. All right. All right. Then we got points against Canada. Oh, it's because the pitch was so bad. Because if the pitch was good, then there is no way we could have gotten any point from Canada. All right. Then we go and we beat Honduras. Oh, but you don't realize Honduras is the worst team, and that is the reason why. So what does a team need to do for the fan base to be convinced that they are a good team?
El Salvador and beat United States. I think the fan base will quiet me myself. I would be one of the most positive man in the world if we can get 6 points in our upcoming games. That's, I think, all Tapa can win over the fans and the team can win over the fans is to start to win more football game consistently and play well.
Right. What do you think? What do you think Crystal, because at the end of the day, you can only measure the team based on who they have played.
There you go. You can only beat what's in front of you. Obviously, you can understand their frustration because they will definitely argue that with the players at our dispense, we should be performing better and getting more applaudable results. So you can't disagree with them in that sense. But just like you said, we can only beat what's in front of us. Obviously, when you look back at the other games, we lost it. Maybe we shot ourselves in the foot on a number of occasions. So far, I think if we look back at a few of those games, it's more been us that's beating ourselves, that's defeated ourselves, as opposed to the opponent just coming there and giving us an absolute hammering. So I guess that's one slight positive of looking at the game. But I think, just touching on what Ryan said, it's about consistency. That's the only way you're going to be getting a team, as in the 12th man, unified. You're always going to get a divide if it's up in the air. 1 minute you're winning, next minute you're losing, next minute you're drawing. It's all about getting a respected consistency going, and hopefully when we look back in March, this game against Honduras would be the turning point, a decisive moment in us qualifying for the World Cup. But like I said, it's just at this point, it's just about building on fantastic consistency.
All right, so because the big question is, if we beat El Salvador at home, away, right, that would be because the truth is we have managed more points away than at home. That's number one, because we have a win away and a drawn game away. And I want us to check the other nations to see how many points they have gotten on the road. So if we go to El Salvador and get 3 points again, that would be 7 points away from home. Do you think that a win against El Salvador would convince the fans, or they would still need to see more?
They want to see more. I mean, no disrespect to El Salvador, but it will be the same. When you look at that team, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it might be Honduras, El Salvador, and us, right? So I think they're always going to measure that and say that, look, it's just El Salvador. No disrespect to El Salvador. But like I said, with the players that are at Jamaica's dispense, they're going to want to be beating the big boys like the Mexico, the Canada, and the who else is there as well? Mexico, Canada, and USA. Though that is when you'll get them on their side, on one side, in terms of everyone, pushing in the same direction or pulling in the same direction. So no disrespect to El Salvador. I think if we go there and get a strong win against them, you're always going to have possibly the minority saying, well, it's only El Salvador. There's no need to jump for joy. But a win is a win at the end of the day. But there are promising signs there. And there's a few players that I'm definitely happy for. Especially with the last 2 games, so one at home, back at the office, and also with how we ended our match against Honduras.
Okay, what about you, Ryan? What do you think? I mean, what would convince you that this team is still able to get to the World Cup? Would a win against El Salvador suffice, or you need way more than that?
I'll be honest with you, my brother. I think if we win at El Salvador, it won't surprise me. I'm going to tell you why. I think Jamaica play much better away from home because of how Coach Taylor Whitmore set up the team. I'm really, really worried about Jamaica playing in Kingston, Jamaica. Not because they don't have any fans, because Coach Whitmore won't take risks to go forward. Look at that Canada game where they were there for the taking, but yet still we didn't try make effort to go forward more. Try to make that risk in the last 10 to 15 minutes to give us a chance to even nick it to win a 1-0. I think Jamaica will get more points away from home more than they play in Kingston, Jamaica. I think we better playing away from home. It suited us because we go on the counter-attacking football how we play. So we stay behind the ball and try to catch a team away from home.
Well, if that is the case, if we're depending on away points, we're not going to qualify because we only have El Salvador, Panama, and Canada away. All the other games are at home. And that's why I want to look at the El Salvador game, because if we can get three more points from El Salvador, it now sets us in a place that we can go for the win against the United States. With that game is incidentally is going to be played on the date celebrating our qualification to the 1998 World Cup. All right, that's a date. That's a very historic date, and I think if we can galvanize the nation and build something around the team for that game and can get something out of it against the USA, because the truth is, I believe that the USA team is going to be stronger in that game than when we play them at first, barring injuries, because they're going to have like the Claudio Reyna coming back, Reyna coming back. They're also going to have Christian Pulisic, I suspect, by that time. Josh Sargent, who was out. So they're going to be a stronger team, and they have played some games together, right? So I think that's a tougher game. But if we can beat El Salvador in El Salvador, I think it sets the stage for us to even get a tie at home against America and still be in the reckoning. Like, the next window is only 2 games. That's 6 points. And if we get 4, I think that would be good. If we get 6, that is great. But I could walk away with 6 points and be happy. Do you agree or disagree, Crystal?
Definitely agree with you on the 6 points. I mean, who wouldn't? I just want points at the end of the day, and I'm not talking about drawing neither. You know, don't want the draws. Obviously, I don't want the losses. But now I'm feeling greedy. I just want 3 points every game, and it's doable. It's doable. We have the players to make that happen. But everybody has to be pulling in the same direction. You know, you can't have federation pulling in one direction, management, coaching staff pulling in one direction, and the players pulling in another direction, and the 12th man pulling in another direction. It's just all messy. We need to be unified as one. I spoke to a reggae boy not too long ago, and we were talking about the importance of the 12th man. And it's like he said, you know, it's like when you're playing a game of FIFA and you can hear the fans cheering you on, like that does something to you. And in real life as well, when you hear the fans getting behind you, that does something for you. You saw how games look very like leaky in the early stage of the pandemic, right? When we came back and we were watching Premier League games and we were like, this isn't the same, because the atmosphere that the fans build up and create around the stadiums, that wasn't there. And then you saw the huge difference that it made when the fans were allowed to once again return to attending games. So it's just, and it's not a case of saying, yes, you know, fans aren't allowed in the national stadium at present, but it's all about your presence on social media as well, because some social media to an extent is almost a what do you want to call it, it's almost a reflection of the real world. So yes, we might not be able to get to the stadium, but definitely we can play our part and be the best 12th man on social media, and let our voices be heard in a positive way, and see what that does for the players in terms of fueling and boosting their confidence.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ryan. What say you?
Virgin points, bro. As what Crystal says, she greedy. You know, greedy. That's what we should expect. In my opinion, I don't think the United States travel well away from home, just because they are a very young team. They don't have that experience, but it will come eventually for the United States team. This Jamaican team, we have so many quality players, we have so many experience in this team play on the biggest stage. We should beat the United States at home. Mannings, man, a point at home is not good enough. We need to start to pick up 3 points at home, and that's what really worried me about this Reggae Boyz team. Winning games in Kingston, Jamaica. I don't worry about when the Reggae Boyz travel on the road, because I think how they play, it's suited for them to play away from home. So nothing less than 3 points. We should beat El Salvador to push back El Salvador further down in the table. And that United States game is going to be massive anniversary for the 98. So a lot of sting going to ride on that, and we need to beat the United States. Nothing less than 3 points to really start. 6 points to start our campaign. The campaign really starting come November, because that El Salvador game is going to be one of our crucial games.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you why I think the home fans are so important. If you look at the Premier League this season, last season, Manchester United, for example, had a tremendous away record, and I think a lot of that was influenced by the lack of home fans in some of the stadiums. You can see this year that the things are a little different. Like Arsenal are playing better at home than they're playing away because of the home fans. It makes a difference, and I think that is something that needs to be addressed when it comes to the Reggae Boyz. I know that our fans we are not the best fans though. I must be honest. We are not the best fans. We stop shouting and stop screaming and stop making noise when the team doesn't look good. In other words, one of the things that we could also look at is could the very fans be a detraction to a good performance? You're playing against the USA, the team is not looking cohesive, and then people start screaming for Topper out and take off Low and take off Fisher and all of that. And could these things affect the players? Because we're not the best fans. We sometimes, listen, the game probably should play in El Salvador. Sorry, not El Salvador, Honduras, because they were shouting and screaming for Jamaica. Maybe we should ask them if we can play in their stadium. But and Crystal said it, the fans are important. But I think in Jamaica, I think we need to learn how to be fans of our team. Like our stadium is silent. We don't cheer for our team. We watch the game. Right? In when you look at the EPL, for example, there are chants and shouts and stuff that people have right throughout the game in the stadium. Most occasions, except when there's a corner or a free kick and you hear the Jamaican saying, goal, 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 goal. That's really our kind of shouting. In my opinion, we are not very vocal in terms of spurring the team on.
Is it talking about 20 years ago, Mannings, man? New fans, new generation.
Okay. Oh, you're saying new fans, a new generation of fans.
Last game I went to the National Stadium when Jamaica play Panama, where we score and the place were rocking.
When we score, that is the point I'm making.
No, man, like that game, like nights were right through the stadium. I think a 2014 World Cup qualify when we get a pints at Mexico. Listen, I think the place were rocking.
No,
I think Mannings, man, the reason why we are not like that because our team not putting the team on the back foot more often in the national stadium to get that pump. Because remember, you know, the fans, the team, the people feed off the team.
No, I think the other way around, you know. I think the team feed off the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So that is why you have certain clubs, and let's look at club football. Like when and one of the things that people I've heard Arsenal players say, Arsenal fans can be the worst. Right? And they will tell you about the Leeds fans. They will tell you about the Liverpool fans. They will tell you about what happens at Anfield. That at Anfield, they will tell you they make noise non-stop, no matter what is happening. They will tell you that the Anfield fans never boo their players. They'll tell you that the Anfield fans are always singing, "We never walk alone." If the team is down 5 and it's 5 minutes to go, they will tell you that the Anfield fans will not walk out of the stadium regardless of the score. I'm saying that we need to build up a fan base like that to further, you know, help and bolster our performance. I see George Dane saying that the other team stadiums have cheerleaders and boosters leading the chants. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, sorry to interject. We don't need that. We absolutely. I respect the comment that you just read through, but we don't need that. We're Jamaica. When there's a reason why we're loved across the globe, and there's a reason why people try to rip off our culture. It's because of who we are. It's because of our vibes. So we don't need to add nothing to it. The ingredient, the formula is perfect as it is. It's just about us actually going out there and embracing the football culture and fully supporting our team, whether that be the boys or the girls, because that's what we're known for. We're known for having good vibes. Nobody can teach us that. That's just
Yeah,
who we are as people. That's why people love us across the globe.
yeah. Listen, I was watching an Ajax video, right, Ryan? And Kimani Mali was in the Ajax Stadium in Amsterdam singing One Love. And let me tell you this, the stadium was packed and everybody was singing One
There you
Love.
go. Our culture.
You know what happened? You know what happens, bro? When a team hears that and sees that, I think we, Jamaica, will need that going ahead in this
Exactly.
campaign. And this is regardless. I don't like the fact that when the team is playing bad, they can't depend on the fans. That's the problem I
Exactly.
have with football in Jamaica. When your team is bad is when you need the fans the most. The team don't need you when they're leading 2-3 and scoring a lot of goals. The team needs the fans when things are going against them. But when things are going against our team, we turn against them. We don't encourage them. We don't sing.
Boo them.
We boo them. We don't hear the music. Listen, when I'm at the National Stadium, the music only gets pumping when we score.
But you know, one of the thing to manage money, right? Because I remember when Jurgen Klopp just take over at Liverpool, and the football wasn't up there, and like Liverpool under 2-0 and the people them walk out like 10 minutes leave, and where Klopp he just upset. He said, "Why are you guys leaving?
Yeah,
Need you guys? Why are you like?" And from that day, 4 or 5 years ago, Klopp sit down in our press conference and say, "You guys should never leave the stadium until the match done. It no matter the score. We need to know." I think we're play West Brom. I'm telling you, bro, from that the Liverpool fans them stay, they cheer on and stuff. That's what we need. But I'm saying probably young generation, cause when I look at it, most of the young youth them are support. When I check my analysts, it's most young youth I watch a video them. You understand? So I'm saying you never know if fans can be back and a more young youth go and make up these nice.
No, I am telling you, especially the younger generation of fans, I find that, I mean, they watch a lot of football. Listen, let me give you a good example. You can know how these fans are, right? A lot of them were Barcelona fans and Real Madrid fans. Messi moves, Ronaldo moves, and they changed. A lot of the fans nowadays going to the game, if the team is not doing well, they are not going to be screaming and making noise. And we have to develop that culture, because I believe when you look at Mexico, I mean, that's what they do. In Mexico, the Mexican wave started when Mexico was losing in the World Cup. That's where it was originated. And it started with the people getting up when Mexico was down and they came back. The next time we do the podcast, I'm going to tell you the game that they were playing and who. But they were down in the game and all the people started going around. And that was how this whole thing started in a World Cup. And it was called the Mexican Wave. It pumped up the people, the team so much that the team came back from a place of defeat to win the game. And I'm saying that given how the campaign is right now, we're going to need that kind of a fan base in the stadium to get the team going, right? I see when America playing, when America playing Jamaica, these guys have drums and bands and all these things. I mean, all kind of things. I used to love watching this team called Portland Timbers, right? They have a fan who always had this chainsaw.
Yeah, cutting the tree.
just cutting tree. And that is regardless of how the team is performing. But Crystal, what say you about this fan thing?
Sorry, repeat that last bit for me again, Mannings, please.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me just state this, because a person are asking questions. So Ryan, let me just jump to one of them and then throw it at Crystal. Though it says management, the question says, is there any connection between the team and the fans? Okay. Is there any connection between the teams and the fans, Ryan? And then we'll get to Crystal.
Bro, as I said, Jamaican people, they are different across the world. Our fans is different. We need to start win game for the team. Nobody want to support losing team, bro. You understand? For us as people, we have to start win football game. Even if you're not winning football game, but you make sure that you're playing a style of football where a 90 minute, you watch a 90 more minute, although your team lose. You understand? I think we need to start win football game, and I think the fans will get behind this team 100%. It's very difficult for people to shout out when you lose mannings, man.
So when are you going? Listen, all right, Ryan, the point I am making, I know it's difficult, but that's when I don't need you when I'm on top of my game. I need your support. We are supporters. Let's remove the fun things. We are supporters. When do I need your support? Is it when I'm doing well or when I'm down and need encouragement?
When you're down.
So that is the point I'm making. It is now when we are down a goal and the team not looking good, we need to clap and shout and say, come on, and say, rise to the occasion. That is when the song needs to play and say, whatever secular song, I don't even know. But the point that people are making, I know some person are saying is this, that is there's no connection, and this may be the issue. There's no connection between the players and the fans. And that is true because of the whole pandemic. So the players have not been able to go across Jamaica, connect with them. I think the last time that persons were able to get close to the players was the game at Catherine Hall. I think that was the last home game that Jamaica played where fans were able to even have close interaction with the player. After that, it was the whole pandemic and all these games away. So I can understand that. All right. But the truth is that, listen, whether when Brazil plays, right, and if you're a Brazilian in Jamaica, right, though you may not have any connection with those Brazilian players, there's an attitude that they have in terms of support, that connection or not, this is my country. So my whole push is this. Listen, it is not about the players per se. The marketing needs to be better. All of those things are off. The team has been failing, but we want the team to go to the World Cup. So what we need to do is to say, we can't give them money. We can't go on the field and play. What can we give? Here's what we can give. Good support. Until the fat ladies sing, let us give them as much love as possible, right? Yeah, I know we can't play the sound when the ball game because of the whistle, but let's find out a way. Let's one club have one of the Bob Marley song. Let's find the next one and sing Buffalo Soldier or something, and let that be the theme song. Like we don't have America has a song that they sing. El Salvador has one. Mexico has one. Jamaica don't have no song.
Yeah. And we have so much great artists, bro.
Tell me a song that we can sing together as fans in the stadium.
Yeah, as you say, the marketing and the team is like they are in Brazil and we are here. No communication with the fans and all of these things. We have fan camp in Toronto. I have meeting when fans supposed to meet up. I go to the pub in Toronto and stuff. And then if we have to meet up worldwide, we go on the internet and we have a discussion. We don't have that in Jamaica.
What say you, Crystal? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
I believe, bro, we need We need the fans them to be more closer to the thing.
What say you, Crystal?
Yes, an interesting take there when you was talking about how to basically create a vibe inside the stadium. I think based off experience, one example that came to mind while she was talking was, I believe last year I was at the Emirates Stadium. Funny enough, it was actually Arsenal versus Ryan's boys, so Liverpool. Remember when they went 1-0 up, Sadio Mane?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
you remember, and then Lacazette and Reece Nelson made it 2-1 just before
2-1.
halftime.
Yep.
Do you remember what theme tune Arsenal came back out to? You
Huh?
remember? Do you watch WWE?
No,
So they
no.
came out to basically Triple H's theme song, Time to Play the Game. And that just sent, because it was unexpected. We're all looking in the press box, we're like, what's going on here? The fans are like excited and pumped up. And I'm guessing the players were pumped up as well based off their performance from that match. And that's just an example of you just changing the vibes within the stadium. Obviously, that was the club DJ that selected that
Yeah.
song, but it definitely changed the vibe going into the second 45. So maybe that's something that we can look at. It don't seem like they have a match day DJ, so maybe they should invest in a match day DJ to because we have songs, like any other nation, we're right up there to place. It doesn't necessarily has to be a selected theme song for us. Like Ryan said, our music catalog it runs deep. So as long as the music is child friendly and it is the radio version, no one can touch us. You just play your music, get the DJ to play his music, and get the fans in a good mood, and vibing, and see where that can take us. Take care of your fans and they'll take care of you.
One of the thing where fans can get close to the player them, what a 10-minute interview with a one-on-one player sit down, that make a big difference. I tell people all the time, I don't like Joel Matip for Liverpool because he injury prone. I don't like him. But bro, I watched the man interview for 12 minutes. I'm gonna say, how can I don't like this guy? How can I don't love this guy? You understand? When we look at the English page, we see they having interview with the player. This is how your fans fall in love with certain player, because we can go on the Liverpool website and see an interview with Sadio Mane or Mohamed Salah. Same thing when I look at the US men's national team Instagram, or look at the YouTube page, you can see they have an interview with the coach. Or we need the players them to come more close to the fans. And I think the best way to do that, we need to do more interview with player. We need to sit down one-on-one with more player that people can buy into it.
Yeah.
This Crystal, I saw
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, so Crystal will have to run. She's on a different time zone. It's heading into early Sunday morning. So we're gonna release her, to go. But we want to thank her for coming on, for making the sacrifice. Sent her some messages because she's supposed to do something with me
I
tomorrow.
know, Manlins. I'm gonna make it up to you. I promise. Like today has been one of my busiest days in a very
It's
long
supposed to
time.
be for tomorrow, so I don't know. But
Is it for tomorrow?
Yeah,
I
so you
thought you
need
said
to.
it was for today.
No, you need to check your Instagram tomorrow.
What time tomorrow? Because I'm supposed to be doing a game tomorrow, so that's the reason why I'm just like I'm
It's
all
like
over the place.
1 or 2 o'clock my time, which is 8 yours. 8.
That's the thing. I might not be home at that time, but I'm gonna keep you posted. Anyways, if it is a long watch along, because your watch along do carry a couple of hours. So if it's a long one, then I can always just stop by and just see how the conversation's going. But yeah,
All right.
I'm gonna be on the road again tomorrow, so yeah, that's
Crystal,
why
so
I'm
thank
calling you.
before you leave, someone answer to that before you leave.
You want me to read it?
That's an
Okay.
interesting question, because who creates the divide, the alleged divide amongst these players? I'm guessing he's talking about the UK-based players and the